What it is, what it do, what it is. I am the Grizz. Welcome back to Yesterday Today. This, of course, is the show where we bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday today. And we got some stuff to talk about. Some more stuff from the FTC, and they're busy with Microsoft, and they're also busy with Epic. And we might want to talk about that new PS5 Pro controller, also known as the DualSense Edge, coming out. So let's dig right into all of this. Alright, so let's start off with today, and yes, I gotta do it. I want to start off with High on Life. Now, this is a game I have been enjoying over the last week or so, and I'm just about done, and so keep an eye out for that review. But I'm really happy that people are enjoying this game, because it doesn't just seem to be me enjoying this game. It also seems to be a bunch of people around the world, simply because Xbox Wire put out, today we're happy to announce that High on Life, the comedy shooter featuring charismatic talking guns from Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland's Squanch Games, is Xbox Game Pass's biggest launch of 2022. The biggest third-party Game Pass launch of all time, and the biggest release of a single-player only game in the service's history. Those stats are measured in the terms of engagement based on the number of hours played in the first 5 days of release. So I saw some critics criticizing the game for what it was trying to be intentionally. That is quite unfair. So if you're not into these types of games, like the comedy, the humor, or even Rick and Morty, or even shooters, then you ain't got no business playing this game. If you want to play it casually, be like, all right, that was cool, and don't finish it. But you won't go out there, play a whole game, and then put out your opinion, and it's already biased based off of you not even liking this type of game. I can't really say it. But if you do like Rick and Morty, and you do like games from Squanch Games, and you also like shooters and adventures and stuff like that with light Metroidvania elements, you gonna love this game just like I'm loving this game. This is actually one of my top 5 games of the year. Yeah, I went ahead and said it. This is a very great game, but it of course depends on what you're into. Next up, let's take a look inside the House of Indies holiday event with Nintendo, and I would post a little bit of gameplay here, but Nintendo don't even play that, so I'm not even going to try it. But they released a blog post over on the website, and it says, inside the House of Indies holiday event. From now until December 23rd, peek inside the front door for a fresh daily video update featuring exciting announcements and more from our indie partners. Check them out below, and be sure not to miss a day. Happy holidays. And then if you go on Nintendo's website, they got it spread out day by day. And I haven't really seen anything crazy that pops out to me, but there's always some really good indie games that might surprise me, because I'm really huge on indies. In fact, an indie game got a Game of the Year by me, hint hint, wink wink, but also it's not even Stray. So and ironically, but I love a good indie game. Some of the best games, indie games, are on Nintendo Switch. We were waiting for Hollow Knight Silk Song and games like Sports Story and stuff like that. Maybe Stardew Valley 2, whatever. Some of these big, huge, I guess, AAA indies or whatever. Maybe some games that were on other platforms are now coming to Nintendo Switch. It would be good, but it started on December 19th and it goes on until the 23rd, and which is Friday. So we're gonna get just a whole week of solid news right up lining up to Christmas. So are you excited about any of this? Have you seen anything that you're excited about? Let me know down in the comments below. Next up, Sony fanboys, I'm about to flame you. Y'all talk about Xbox and how we don't have the rechargeable battery pack inside our controller soon as we get it, but then y'all get on us about having to change our batteries and stuff like that, and now the DualSense Edge doesn't even have as much battery life as the PS5 DualSense controller. Now, is this controller going to be fire? I'm pretty sure it is. Am I still going to get one? I'm pretty sure I am. But what needs to be said is that the battery life is actually not as good. And they actually released a statement to VGC, and they said the DualSense Edge wireless controller's operating time is moderately shorter than the original DualSense controller, because we've included many more features within the same form factor and ergonomic design as the original DualSense controller. We wanted to strike a good balance between wireless operating time and delivering robust high-performance features. Additionally, the longer USB braided cable is also great for competitive players who prefer playing with a wired connection to avoid wireless interference. This option preserves battery life. Now you see, that PR person went to work straight away, and of course they're going to get criticized for low battery life, but is the controller good or does it suck? And from what all the early impressions are saying, the controller is pretty good. So I'll be getting this. I'll be getting an Xbox Pro controller, and I'll play them for what they are. And I'm pretty sure maybe the DualSense Edge might even be a better Pro controller. I dare say that, because the DualSense controller is, to me, probably the best controller in general. I usually like Xbox controllers, and honestly, I love the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. That controller is fire, and that controller does not get mentioned enough, probably because a lot of people are playing their Switch Mobile. But this controller, when it comes out for $200, yeah, I think I'll be getting my hands on it before the PSVR 2. But this controller, yeah, I gotta get it. And the fact that it comes with a longer braided cable, well, my controller's dying. Well, I'm 6 feet away from the TV. It's cool. The USB cable is long enough. Next up, let's talk about a story that I'm so sick of hearing, as well as I'm sick of hearing about a certain case going on in the music industry between a guy and a female, and stuff is just coming out every day. Or I'm just sick of hearing about how many kids Nick Cannon got it going on, right? Along with this acquisition, fam, just wrap it all up. Just wrap it up. That applies to everything I just said, right? So now Xbox just can't catch a break with this acquisition, because the FTC has been busy, because they're suing to block that. And now there's a group of gamers trying to stop Xbox from shining. Well, here's a statement coming to them. It says, Microsoft already controls one of the industry's most popular and largest video game ecosystems. The proposed acquisition would give Microsoft an unrivaled position in the gaming industry, leaving it with the greatest number of must-have games and iconic franchises. This is coming from Bloomberg Law, and it continues to go. So basically, a Microsoft representative, a spokesperson, I should say, came and said, this deal will expand competition and create more opportunities for gamers and game developers as we seek to bring more games to more people. And here's the thing about this, right? And if you know me, a lot of people say I'm just an Xbox guy. Some people will say I'm a Nintendo guy. I am a pro gamers guy, right? And I want to say that Xbox just keeps catching strays, Nintendo catches strays, but everybody just loves their overlord of PlayStation, right? Of course, PlayStation has been on top since the PS2, I want to say, because the PlayStation 1 did pretty good next side to the Nintendo 64, right? It was all good, right? But then when PS2 came in, that's when PlayStation got everything in the headlock, and then PS4 and PS5, they done did way more damage. Xbox is trying to catch up. They took a huge L with the last generation, and people trying to stop them, and they're saying, oh, well, they get stuff like all they care about is Call of Duty. You have everything here pictured that brings in a lot of money. Probably not as much as Call of Duty, but Overwatch, Diablo, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush. Maybe not StarCraft, because I don't know the audience for that, but Candy Crush, that continues. I see people on the train when I'm on my way to work playing Candy Crush still. Those make tons of money, but everybody's worried about Call of Duty and if Xbox is going to take it off consoles and off of other consoles and stuff like that. They're going to put it on Game Pass, make their system look more attractive. People keep saying, oh, I'm not buying Xbox, I'll buy it for Game Pass, but then they just need Call of Duty on Game Pass, and that's it. They're taking a lot of sales away from PlayStation. But isn't this how competition works? This is why PlayStation is actively trying to get this to stop. But they like, that's a good move. That's a good move. But I really want this acquisition to go through, because I'm not sure Activision can hold up by themselves after this, with all of the trouble that they had, with all of the allegations, and Bobby Kotick, who nobody likes over there. He's still, if Xbox takes this, Bobby Kotick is likely going to leave, but unfortunately with millions and millions of dollars, and we don't know if he'll ever suffer for the consequences. But come on, man. That's it. They're not taking it away. They've offered PlayStation a 10-year deal. They've offered Nintendo a 10-year deal. This has clearly been a great idea for games. They've offered Steam a 10-year deal. This is a great idea for the industry. PlayStation is just seeing that this acquisition isn't the best for them, and their fans are also saying that. And I'm not coming down on anybody, but come on, man. Xbox, they're trying to catch up here. And we always talk about how Xbox has no games, but now when they're trying to buy some of these studios up, and Activision maybe being a failing publisher, they're trying to buy some of these things up and make something better happen. Xbox somehow is the bad guy. I don't understand. And I'm hoping this goes together and we get Call of Duty on Game Pass and we get Call of Duty on PS5, on PlayStation Plus Premium, whatever. I just wanted to go through so we can get to rolling out the great games. Activision is working on some action stealth game or something like that we heard about. I can't wait to see what happens. Let me know what you think about all this though in the comments below. And to finish up today's show, the FTC, once again, like I said, has been busy. And that's not good news for Epic because they've been caught doing some stuff under the table in a lot of these licensing agreements and stuff like that on how to trick people out of money and microtransactions and stuff like that. And well, this isn't so bad when it comes to the FTC. And here's what it comes. This comes from IGN. It says the fine stems from what the FTC calls two separate record-breaking statements. One is a $275 million fine for violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection, or the COPPA rule, which imposes limitations on websites and online services directing to children under 13 years old. Epic will also have to pay $245 million in refunds to customers over its dark patterns. Now, I don't really like certain things, right? Certain things I be trying to unsubscribe from, like stuff like this is I'm hoping the FTC can catch. That you try to unsubscribe from and you go to this website and you can't do it from your phone. Then you got to get on your computer, you go from your phone, and then you have to try to dig just to be able to unsubscribe. This is kind of like how it is. It's not the same exact thing, but it's kind of like how it is. And it also says, according to the FTC, Fortnite uses privacy invasive default settings and deceptive interfaces that tricked players. Protecting the public and especially children from online privacy invasions and dark patterns is a top priority for the Commission, and these enforcement actions make clear to business that the FTC is cracking down on these unlawful practices. And that's coming from the chair of the FTC, Lena Khan. Listen, man, I think Fortnite is amazing. I'm not a fan of Fortnite, but I love what it has achieved, and I love what Epic has done. They give us free games every month on PC, and they were trying to make sure people get, just cut out the middleman, make sure people get a bigger percentage, developers get a bigger percentage for putting their games on their platform. But them microtransactions, yeah, I can't really get behind. But it's necessary because that's how games like Fortnite, which are free, and Call of Duty Warzone, which is free, make their money. But maybe be less invasive, maybe let's be secretive about it, and all of these privacy things where you just click yes, I accept, and we've always said, we don't know what we accept, and maybe we accept, and we just accepting some nonsense, but we'll be okay. But here it is, coming to bite us back in the backside. But luckily the FTC bites back for us. Alright, that's a wrap for today's episode. Let me know what you think about everything that we discussed today down in the comments below. Whether it be that FTC lawsuit for Fortnite, and it's just like they're going to have to pay up. And what about the other lawsuit that fans now, gamers, are trying to basically stop this acquisition with Microsoft? This is wild. And what about that House of Indies event? Have you seen anything of your interest? Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching, and this video is finito.